Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sylvia Tosaima. I'm from English Education Department. This is assignment by Miss Sophie. I will discuss two interesting motions here. Firstly, namely about the public culture threatens the unity and integrity of the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia. And the second is education in Indonesia needs to be free. Okay, let's explore different points of view together. Well, first I will discuss the statement that education in Indonesia needs to be free. I agree with the statement that education in Indonesia needs to be free. Because I think every individual deserves access to education without being limited by economic factors. Therefore, ensuring free education in Indonesia will remove economic barriers and provide equal opportunities for all individuals to get education. This will ensure that children from underprivileged and marginalized families also have equal access to quality education. With access to free education, this can reduce social inequality. The high cost of education is a barrier for families with low incomes to provide proper education to their children. By making education free, the state can help reduce the social and economic disparities that exist in society. By providing free education, more children will enroll and stay in school. This will have a positive impact on higher literacy rates across the country, as education is a long-term investment for the future of the nation. By providing access to free education, the country is investing in quality human resources. The high cost of education is a barrier for underprivileged children to get a proper education. Free education is an important step in creating a more just and equitable society. I also read some quote from other people. The first one is from Susi Pujiastuti, Minister of Marine and Fisheries of Indonesia. She said, education is the key to a country's success and development. Therefore, free access to education will allow all Indonesian children to have the same opportunity to achieve their dreams. And the second quote is from Anies Baswedan, Governor of Jakarta, which says, the high cost of education is a barrier for underprivileged children to get a proper education. Free education is an important step in creating a more just and equitable society. Therefore, by ensuring free education in Indonesia, the country will create a more inclusive, equitable, and cultured society. This will be an important step towards sustainable development and long-term success for the country. And the second motion is the public culture threatens the unity and integrity of NKRI. I agree with the statement that the public culture threatens the unity and integrity of the Unitary Republic of Indonesia because, in my opinion, pubbing, which refers to the activity of ignoring people around us to constantly use or engage in electronic device has become an increasingly common phenomenon in our society. In the context of the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia, which has a diversity of cultures, religions, and ethnic groups, pubbing culture can have a significant negative impact on the unity and integrity of the nation. One of the reasons that can threaten this country is the loss of social interaction. Healthy and open social interactions is one of the foundations of the unity and integrity of a country. If pubbing culture becomes widespread, there may be a decline in the quality of communication between members of society. This threatening the sense of unity. In addition, it can lead to the formation of separate groups. If pubbing cultures becomes dominant in society, people may be more likely to engage in virtual interactions as opposed to direct social interactions. This may lead to the formation of separate groups based on specific online interests or preferences. The formations of such groups can reinforce social, cultural, and even political divides among communities, threatening national unity. Additionally, pubbing can lead to a lack of empathy and understanding towards others. When we are too attached to our phones, we tend to be desensitized to the needs and feelings of those around us. This can create a chasm between individuals in society and hinder the development of mutual understanding that is essential to maintaining the unity of the Unitary Republic of Indonesia. I also read quotes from experts. The first quote was from a professor, a social communication expert, Ari Salmon, where he said, "The culture of pubbing threatens the togetherness and social interactions that is important in building unity. When people are constantly glued to their phone screens, they tend to ignore the presence and feelings of people around them. This can create a communication gap and a sense of alienation among people, which in turn undermines our unity as a nation." While the second quote is from Dr. Maya Wardani, a sociologist. She says, "Pubbing has created a digital divide in our society. When people prefer to interact with cyberspace rather than communicate directly with the people around them, the opportunity to understand and appreciate our diversity as a nation is jeopardized. The unity of the Republic of Indonesia needs to be built through deep communication and mutual care, not by reinforcing the digital divide that can be formed through this pubbing culture." With the statement of agreement and quote from experts above, it can be seen how pubbing culture can pose a threat to the unity and integrity of the Republic of Indonesia. Ignoring direct social interactions and forgetting the values of togetherness can undermine a social cohesion among a society that has cultural and ethnic diversity. Okay, I think it's enough from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.